Hey everybody, welcome back to Broku no Hero, and today we're going to be discussing the brand new Black Clover chapter, Black Clover chapter 198. And man guys, this one was a good chapter. I'm going to leave a link down below to where you can check this chapter out when the official translation does come out. That'll be on Viz, link down below. And if you want to read the actual chapter how it's out now, I'm sure people will tell you down below in the comments. Anyways guys, this will include manga spoilers, obviously, because I'm talking about the most recent chapter. As the title suggests, there's some very juicy things we need to get talking to and discussing about. Now, I'm going to sort of summarize a bit of what happened, then I'll be discussing and kind of sort of reviewing. So basically, it picks up where we left off. Asta and Yuno hurt the devil, and that just shows how strong they are. But the devil, with his reality warping word magic, that's what I call it. No, it's not the actual name, but he just says heal, and he heals himself. So yeah, this devil is freaking overpowered. And at one point, the devil states that Asta's grimoire should be the devil's grimoire, should be his grimoire, because that was the intention behind his original plan. So somehow, Licht and the First Wizard King, 500 years ago, intervened with the devil's plans and ruined them. So this is supposed to be the devil's grimoire, but he's going for Patries now. We discover that Rades and Valtos have been watching this the entire time, and are acknowledging the parallels between Patri using them as pawns, and also Patri being used as a pawn himself by the devil. Now, this is where we get to some very juicy information. I'm going to talk about this a bit, and then I'll talk about it more later. A 5th leaf grimoire is created when the owner of a 4th leaf grimoire goes through great, amazing despair. When they go through that despair, and it is too much for them to bear, a 5th leaf is created. So yeah, anybody with a 4-leaf clover grimoire, if they go through that much despair, a 5th leaf clover grimoire is created. So, people are saying the devil is evil just to be evil. No, he had the humans betray the elves, because he knew it would give Licht so much despair, it would turn his grimoire into a 5-leaf clover grimoire, so the devil could take it. But he failed. People intervened. Yeah, basically guys, stop saying the devil is evil just because he's evil. He wants a body. He's evil, but like, there's reasons behind it. He's not just some blind villain, but oh well. The devil is supposed to be evil. Anyway, after this, we are getting a new race revealed in Black Clover, and that is the Dark Elf. So, what happens when an elf goes through amazing despair as well? Despair that they cannot bear, they turn into a Dark Elf. And the Dark Elf is way more powerful than the regular elf. Their magic turns to dark magic. So if they have light magic, like Patri did, his magic turns into dark light magic. A darker version of it. Still, it's more powerful and much faster. This is confirmed. So guys, if you're gonna say, oh, well, it's not light speed anymore because it's dark. Well, guys, that's bullshit, because it's literally shown in panel to be faster now. It's still mana. It still is technically light, even though it's called dark light, but it's faster now. Anyways, Dark Elf Patri is so powerful that he's seemingly stronger than the suppressed devil. While Asta and Yuno could hold their own against the devil in their brand new amped versions, they can't hold a candle to this Dark Elf. And one thing I do want to say is the devil does pretty much reveal that Yuno is the son of Licht. Well, Yuno himself is not. The elf inside of Yuno is the son of Licht and Tetia. And then he basically confirms that Asta, yeah, Asta's just a peasant. He is a nobody who just got lucky, which I like. I know I had the theory that Asta is also the son of Licht. He's just the fraternal twin of Yuno, and he doesn't have magic because of a mutation of cross-species reproduction. I never wanted that to happen. That's just my theory. I much prefer the story that Asta is not special. He just got unlucky, and his unluckiness made him lucky enough to have the 5-leaf clover grimoire. Now, basically the chapter ends as Dark Elf Patri is absolutely fodderizing Asta and Yuno, and now, seemingly, Patri is about to go into his self-sacrifice. And I need to say one thing. Dark Elf Patri, he's not in control. It's just pure like emotion of rage that is controlling him. So it's not just Patri transformed into a Dark Elf and he's himself, but he's trying to kill, Asta and Yuno. No, he can't control it. And it looks like he's about to go into his self-sacrifice state, the same state that Luck was about to go into, the same state that Fauna, Rai, and Veto all went into. And this is because Patri's getting pissed off, and magic aura surrounding him as he's powering up, and Asta's like, oh, this magic. Because Asta has seen it now. This will be his 5th time. He knows what it is. And So at the very end, Yami and Nozel show up. Now this is going to be very interesting because I've always kind of thought of Nozel as not that strong of a captain and kind of a jobber, because he kind of has been. His only showings really were holding his own against a suppressed base fauna, and then doing decently against the elf compass mage, Kaveen, but still he should have done much better as a captain, even though he was trying to protect other people. Still, if he even holds his own against Dark Elf Patri, that'll show that he's not as much of a jobber. And it'll be interesting. Is it going to be a four-way team-up against Dark Elf Patri? Is it going to be Asta, Yuno, Yami, and Nozel? Or is Yami and Nozel going to say, okay, sit down, little Magic Knights, it's time for the captains to play. It's time for the captains to show us what we're really worth. And I'm really excited because we have not really seen Yami go all out in such a long time. Really, the last time he really went out was against Veto, because against all the elves, he's been holding back because he can't kill them, because they're in human bodies, and he still might have to hold back because technically William's body is over the elf, but I wonder if they'll find out if William knew all of this, because then it'd be like, oh, I'll just kill him anyway. And so the devil, interestingly enough, he leaves and just lets Dark Elf Patri to deal with Asta and Yuno. And as he's leaving, he says, oh, that guy, Asta, I should probably take over his body before he dies. Which is weird. Why is he going to take over Asta's body when he wants a body with a lot of magic? I know Asta has the pure physical strength, but why wouldn't he go for Licht? Why wouldn't he went just for Patri? I don't know. We don't know his plan. There's a lot of people discussing, is he going for Licht now, or is he leaving to the real world? And people are now also discussing that the devil, remember, the devil was never even trying against Patri, Yuno, and Asta. And now, he has the 5-leaf Clover Grimoire. Is he going to be a future villain? Is he going to be gone for now? And right for now, it's Dark Elf Patri versus everybody else. And then maybe a few arcs down the line, the devil will finally come back. Or maybe the devil will be the final villain. That'd be interesting to introduce the devil, have him show off with a little bit of his powers, then he gets a power-up, and then he's gone, and he could be the final villain. Now, I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because, I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting, but also weird at the same time. And honestly, I don't know if Dark Elf Patri is a strong enough villain for the captains to not be able to defeat. And the thing is that it looks like Patri's about to do self-sacrifice, so it looks like he's not going to be a thing for much longer. And which makes me think the devil is still going to be a villain. He's probably just going to go for Licht. This is going to be potentially an interesting rematch for Yami. And Nozel is going to probably be bloodlusted to want to kill Patri, because Patri, he sees Patri as Licht. And so, one thing I want to say, guys, and this is kind of wrap it up before I summarize. We're probably in Midgard. If you guys don't know, Midgard is basically Earth within the Norse realms, within the Norse world. And I'm saying this because we have humans, which, I mean, it's humans. That there's not really evidence that, oh, just because there's humans is in the Norse world. But we have humans. We have elves, which are from Norse mythology. We have dwarves, which are from Norse mythology. And now we have dark elves, which are also from Norse mythology. And guys, we have plenty of other Norse references. So I'm pretty sure, guys, we are in Midgard. We also know there's gods. And remember, it says gods. Not God, gods. Which the Norse religion, the Norse pantheon, the Norse mythology is polytheistic, meaning multiple gods. It's not like this is the Christian God we're talking about, because this is multiple gods we're talking about. There's multiple gods in the Norse pantheon. And I'm not saying that this might be the only. There might be multiple pantheons in this verse, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know what is going to be next. I mean, what's weird is we don't know what the demons necessarily are. Demons aren't really part of Norse mythology, which means this might be a sort of cross-pantheon, cross-mythology verse, which would be interesting. But the devil, the demons, I do have somewhat of a quasi-theory about them, that maybe that they're Jotuns, which are the giants, because I don't know if you guys know, but in Norse mythology, they're called Jotuns. The only English word equivalent was giants, and it doesn't necessarily mean that Jotuns are giant in stature. They are just called giants, or for their English equivalent name. So the devils, or the demons, still could be the Jotuns, or the Jotnar. They kind of are similar to the Jotuns, and at first I thought that maybe the devils were a cross-species hybridization of dark elves and the Jotnar, which would be really interesting. We have giant demons, and we have the devils. It really looks like they could be a combination, but with elves, with dark elves just being angry elves, that might not be it. I don't necessarily know. But anyways, guys, Dark Elf Patri is crazy strong now. Dark light magic is faster than his light magic. Asta and Yuno have no chance. We know that there's a new race involved, the Dark Elves. We know how a 5-leaf Clover Grimoire is created. When a 4-leaf Clover Grimoire user goes into amazing despair that they cannot bear, their 4-leaf turns into a 5-leaf. So, that's what happened to Licht. When the elves were slaughtered, Licht went into despair, his Grimoire turned into a 5-leaf, and he probably turned into a Dark Elf. Which is weird, we don't have the full story yet, because it's seemingly a demon that is inside, or a devil that is inside of Asta's Grimoire. There's nothing shown yet that a Dark Elf is a demon or a devil. So, who is in Asta's Grimoire? Who took over Licht's body? Because we see what a Dark Elf looks like. It's just a darker skinned elf with dark magic. And this brings up another interesting thing, guys. We see in the flashback of Licht, his swords are light-based, like they're a light color. And we see when he picks up the swords, when he takes it from Asta, they go from black to light. And this makes sense, because when Licht, if he turned into a 5-leaf Clover Grimoire and he turned into a Dark Elf, his light swords, or light-colored swords, would turn dark. He wouldn't have sword magic, he'd have dark sword magic. So, that would explain why when Licht holds the swords, it goes light, because this Licht is not a Dark Elf. Interesting stuff here, guys. Explaining why the swords are dark, when before when we saw Licht using them, they were light. And I'm not saying they were like made out of light magic, but they were just light colored. So really cool stuff, guys. A new race. We learned how the 5-leaf Clover Grimoire is born. We're about to have a Yami and Nozel go ham. We're gonna learn about where the devil is going. So much crazy shit going on, guys. Seriously, read the manga. But anyways, guys, that's really it. With Dark Elf Patri, one of the strongest characters in the series. He might even be top tier now. I'm not gonna put him there yet because we've only seen him do a little bit of stuff. But if he is fighting Yami, Nozel, Asta, and Yuno at the same time, he's gonna be top tier. And depending on how well he does, if it's just Yami and Nozel, we still might have to put him at a top tier character. But anyways, guys, please do leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...